All right, we had a little what you call that?
They call them technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
We had a little technical difficulty. We had to reboot everything. We're in Psalms 4. Psalms chapter 4, verse 2. Psalms chapter 4, verse 2. Right? Now it says, O ye sons of men, how long will ye turn my glory into shame? The glory, it also means kibodi, meaning his honor. The things that God honor, the word for shame means insults. How long will you turn the things that God honor into insults? Okay? Now, how do we turn the things that God honor into insults? When we speak or treat with disrespect. When we treat the day, you don't regard the laws of God. You don't regard the things that God regards. Huh? Go ahead, Tom Sheet, verse 3.
Verse 3. But know that the Lord has set him apart that is godly for himself.
Read that over, verse 3.
But know that the Lord has set him apart.
He said, but no. But know that the what?
The Lord has set him apart that is godly for himself.
Okay. I gotta jump back. Right? I gotta jump back. Where am I at? Okay, good. Shane. How long will you love vanity? Huh? And seek after leasing. Now the word vanity is what? Things, vanity is things that have no value or worth. That's how you will be able to detect and know what is vain. Huh? What is vanity? When it has no value or worth, right? But in order for you not to love the things that has no value or worth, the person has to see that. You got to see that and realize that to be able to detect whether this is valuable or not. This is of some type of worth or not. Because the only thing that has any value is the laws of God. Anything else other than the laws of God is vain.
Yeah.
That's why King Saul said, vanity of vanity, all is vanity, said the preacher.
That's right.
The only thing that's not vain is the laws of God.
That's right.
That's why we came across prophets and priests where they didn't have nowhere to stay. They didn't have nowhere to stay. Right? Now, leasing, he says, seek after leasing. Leasing is lies. In Psalms 101, verse 7, it says, a liar would not tarry in my sight. In the Hebrew, it says, a liar would not be firm or established. So when we lie, it weakens us. When we lie, you will not be strong. When we lie, we will not be firm. We will not be established. Lies weaken us. Man.
Yeah, talk about it, John.
One brother came to, I think, was it Zechariah? And Zechariah said, he said, you want to be a saint? He said, don't never lie. He said, don't never lie.
He didn't know the man.
And he didn't know the man.
Talk about it, John.
Time sheet, verse 3.
Verse 3. But know that the Lord has set him apart.
But know that the Lord has set apart.
Set apart him that is godly for himself.
The
Lord will hear when I call unto him.
Now the word set apart, right? He fly, right? He fly means what? To separate, to distinguish, to be different, to differentiate, distinct. Now, when God set you apart, it means, or separate you, it means to set or keep apart. To set or keep apart, which means when God sets you apart, you're going to automatically separate yourself from this person. Sometimes God would conjure up and stir up certain situations to push this person away from a person that's pushing for God. That's right. So God stir up certain things because you have the mindset and the will to serve God, but this person doesn't. So therefore, he will stir up certain situations that will cause that person to run off. Okay? Distinguish. Distinguish means what? To be recognized or treated as different. How will you be recognized or treated as different? It all goes according to your lifestyle, how you live. Now, according to how I live my life, this is how God will look at you and say, nah, you're not the same.
Yeah.
He's not the same. God has recognized you.
Yeah.
You have stirred up the recognition of God. Got his attention now. Why? Because of how the things that I'm doing in my life.
Yeah.
That's drawing God's attention towards me. Different meaning not the same. Differentiate means to develop differential characteristics. Huh? You mean to tell me I wasn't born with these characteristics? I had to develop these characteristics by my lifestyle. So you can develop newly characteristics by how you live, by the thoughts, by your thoughts and how I live, by my actions and the things that I do in life. Huh? Distinct means able to tell the difference. Huh? You're able to tell the difference, which means we can't be looking the same. Huh? I can't look the same like you. We can't operate the same. We don't think the same. We don't do nothing the same. Tom sheet, verse 4.
Verse 4. Stand in awe
Stand
and sin not.
Stand in awe and sin not. Read.
Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still.
Stand in awe. The word for awe is ragaz. Stand in awe, stand and tremble, to move with fear.
Right.
Huh? Be afraid. Be scared. Huh? To tremble means to shake involuntary, typically as a result of anxiety or excitement or frailty. Huh? You're afraid of God. That's a person that's afraid of God and recognize that if I mess up or if I violate, I know something's going to happen. I'm looking forward for something to happen because I believe God and I believe that there's a repayment. There's a punishment that comes behind these things that we do in life.
Right.
So now I'm afraid. Huh? Stand in awe and what? And sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. When you commune with your own heart, talk to yourself. Huh? You're talking to yourself and you're conversing with self. Tom sheet.
Offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in the Lord.
Offer the sacrifices of righteousness. How do you offer the sacrifices of righteousness when we can't set up no offering? How? The prayers have to be coming from clean lips. These prayers, God said, well, my sacrifices are the calves of our lips.
Yes,
right? The calves of your lips are what? Prayers. But when we set up these prayers, our ways have to be accepted of God.
That's right.
When we set up these prayers, we can't be entertaining froward thoughts.
That's right.
Thoughts that are contrary from the thoughts of God.
That's right.
Because if we move in this manner or in this form, then God is not going to accept us. Tom sheet.
Verse 6. There be many that say, who will show us any good? Lord, lift up thou the light of thy countenance upon us. Thou hast put gladness in my heart, more than in the time that their corn and their wine increase. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go through a few more verses. And where I was at. In Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus chapter 35. Ecclesiastes chapter 35, right? Verse 4. He said, thou shalt not appear empty before the Lord. There was 3 appointed times that God said that we should not appear empty. The Feast of Unleavened Bread, the Feast of Weeks, which comes on the 50th day, okay? Which means God has commanded us to count the Omer. It's a counting that we have to count every day in these weeks and days. On the 50th day is another holy convocation, which is called Shavuot, which is the Feast of Weeks, in gathering. All right? And the last one is the Feast of Booths. Why it's called Feast of Booths? It's the Feast of Tabernacles. In commemoration when the nation of Israel dwelt in tents in the wilderness. Okay, everything that the nation that we observed and honored and respected had a meaning, had a history behind it. Something behind it. But today now, we celebrate things not knowing the history or its origin.
Don't know where it came from.
Don't know where it came from or how it started. All I'm doing is following the people. And that's what we do. We follow. We are people that love to follow. That's why God came to us and told us, he said, listen, these nations that's living so near and close to you, wipe them out. Wipe out these 7 nations that's greater and mightier than now. Wipe them out. Because they're going to be a thorn on your side, and they're going to cause you to follow. Listen, they're going to have you following after their gods. You're going to mess around and marry into them. Your daughter's going to marry their sons, and your sons going to marry their daughters, and they're going to turn the hearts of your sons away from following me. We didn't hearken to God. We had a better idea than God. Tamshi. Ecclesiastes chapter 35, verse 5. All these things are to be done because of the commandments. For all these things should be done because of the commandments. Which means what? I have to put aside my feelings. I have to put my feelings aside. I got to put aside my emotions, how I feel, how I think, for the sake of the laws of God. How many of us do this? How many of us do this, man? Why can't we do away with how we feel? Why can't we do away with the anger and the grief and the animosity for the sake of keeping the laws of God? Isn't that what counts?
Yes.
Isn't that what counts?
Yes.
Isn't that the only thing that counts?
That's the only thing that counts.
And when you put things aside for the sake of the laws of God, then you will stop certain things for the sake of your mother and your father. I wouldn't do certain things for the sake of my mother and my father. Because remember, your grandmother and your grandfather is your mother and father.
That's right.
You can't respect your mother and respect your father, but then disrespect your grandfather and your mother, your grandmother.
That's right.
Come on, man. He said, for the offering of the righteous maketh the altar fat, and the sweet Savior thereof is before the Most High God. He said, the sacrifice of a just man is acceptable, and the memorial thereof shall never be forgotten. The offering of the righteous maketh the altar fat. And the sweet Savior thereof is before the Lord. This is the sweet Savior that God loved. That smell is appeasing to the smell of God. God loved that smell. He said, give the Lord his honor with a good eye, and diminish not the first fruits of thine hands. The first fruits is supposed to go to the priest. The first fruits, see, there was even a law of the land where God said in the 4th year, those fruits was dedicated to serve God. Now, God is not going to eat these fruits. These fruits was taken and given to the high priest. Whatever you gave to the high priest, it was like you was given to God, right? It said, in all thy gifts, show a cheerful countenance and dedicate the tithes with gladness. He said, everything that you give, he said, make sure you give with a cheerful countenance. Huh? Don't give me something with a shrewd face, right, like you don't want to give it to me, right, because I don't want it.
That's right.
You really don't want. You're not giving it with wholeheartedly. Yeah. You're not giving it to me wholeheartedly. That's right. So now, guess what? I don't want it because you really don't want to give it to me. Give unto the Most High according to as he has enriched thee, and as thou hast gotten, give with a cheerful eye. For the Lord recompense it, and will give thee 7 times as much. Do not think to corrupt with gifts, for such he will not receive. Trust not to unrighteous sacrifices, for the Lord is judge, and with him is no respect of person. With who? With God.
No respect of person.
With God, God is not partial. There's no respect of persons with God. He don't respect and honor the face of the mighty. He don't respect and honor the face of the poor. Huh? But people want you to be partial. God ain't partial. God is not partial. Yeah. So whether you're my son or my daughter, if my son and my daughter is wrong, I'm sorry, son. The same punishment that we did to him has to happen with you. We can't change that.
That's right.
And with that, I already got what was bought. Yeah. And I would say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom to God.
I'm going to call up the next speaker, teacher indeed. Chief Mika, Ben Low.
Giving all praises to the God of Abraham, God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. We want to respect princemen, chiefmen, brothers in Israel, brothers and sisters. I've been trying to tell them what forefathers. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom to God.
At this moment, I will ask for everybody to please rise. Repeat after me. And God spake all these words, saying,
And God spake all these words, saying,
I am the Lord thy God,
I am the Lord thy God,
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
which hath brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
out of the house of bondage.
out of the house of bondage.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt have no other God before me.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image,
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image,
or any likeness,
or any likeness
of anything
that
is in heaven above,
that is in heaven above,
that is in the earth beneath,
that is in the earth beneath,
or that is in the water under the earth.
that is in the water under the earth.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them,
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them,
nor serve them.
nor serve them.
For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God,
I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God,
visiting the iniquity of the fathers
visiting the iniquity of the fathers
upon the children,
upon the children,
unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me,
to the third and fourth generation of them that hate me,
and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me,
and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me,
and keep my commandments.
and keep my commandments.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain,
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
For the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
Remember the Sabbath day,
Remember the Sabbath day,
to keep it holy.
to keep it holy.
6 days shalt thou labor,
6 days shalt thou labor,
and do all thy work.
and do all thy work.
But the seventh day
But the seventh
is
day
the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
In it
In it
thou shalt not do any work,
thou shalt not do any work,
thou,
thou,
nor thy son,
nor thy
nor
son,
thy daughter,
nor thy
nor
daughter,
thy manservant,
nor thy
nor
manservant,
thy maidservant,
nor thy
nor
maidservant,
thy cattle,
nor thy cattle,
nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
For 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth,
For 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth,
the sea,
the sea,
and all that in them is,
and all that in the
and
midst,
rested the seventh day.
Rest is the Sabbath day.
Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day.
Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day.
And hallowed it.
And hallowed it.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
That thy days may be long upon the land.
That thy days may be long upon the land.
Which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
Thou shalt not murder.
Thou shalt not murder.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not steal.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Nor his manservant.
Nor his manservant.
Nor his maidservant. Nor his ox. Nor his ass. Nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
You may be seated. Nor the people saw the thunderings and the lightnings and the noise of the trumpet and the mountains smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. They said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God has come to prove you, and that his spear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses drew near unto the thick darkness where God was. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make unto you gods of gold. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and shalt sacrifice thereon thy burnt offerings and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. In all places where I record my name, I will come unto thee, and I will bless thee. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy nakedness be not discovered thereon. That was the 10 commandments.
That's right.
10 words that was given. These were the first words that was given, commands that was given to Moses to give to the children of Israel. It wasn't meant for the world, because the world was already set. At that time, God sees that righteousness is not going to be fulfilled with the world.
Right.
That everybody in the world is not going to go this way.
Right.
The majority is going to go the wicked route. God see and know that. But then he met Abraham. He met a man named Abraham. And he saw that this man, if I show him, not only will he believe me, he will do it. He's not going to go back to the life that he was taught by his father. Okay? Abraham didn't know God all his life. Right or wrong? And he was up in age when God appeared to him. He wasn't no young dude, right? But God didn't look at none of that stuff and how he lived, because when he became righteous and perfect before God, he didn't go back. He didn't go back to none of that stuff he was taught. He didn't have second thoughts. Today I see people be having second thoughts. That's what you have to battle in order to serve God. That's the sacrifice you're going to have to give up.
Right.
Now see, God, right today, we don't deal with the sacrifices that the priests had back then. We don't have that luxury. The place is not there, and we don't have nothing for that. The utensils that God you gave us to use is locked away in Italy, in a town called the Vatican City. Okay? You can't make, we just gonna make a new ark, make a new thing. You can't do that. The things that God commissioned for that has been put away because there's no one holy enough or consecrated to do this job. So now you give up, before you even give up the calves of your lips, because that's prayers. That's prayers. That's also vows when you give up the calves of your lips.
Okay.
Vows. It's not just because when you fast, you don't just fast and that's it. You fast, pray, make supplications. That's where the vows come in from. I'm making promises to God. I'm not going to do this again. And if this happened, this happened. That's what Ahab was doing. That's what David was doing. They made vows anytime they fasted and prayed to God and confessed. Anytime they confessed, they made vows. You can't confess without making a vow. And that's how you're able to cut off. That's why Chief Shama said, well, when you confess, you're not supposed to go back. Why people go back? Because they haven't made vows. The confession isn't enough to stop you from going back. So you have to bind yourself with God with a covenant. If I do this, then, and you got to be detailed. Don't say, well, if I go against all your laws. No. Stop being slick. Pick the stuff that you know got you weak before God. And make a vow on that. That you stay away from that. That you don't do that again. That you don't do it, right? But that's where it comes from. Okay? That's how it goes. Okay? That's why God said, oh, look. That's when you get his attention. Because now, all right, look, I'm going to stand on what you say. Man, my creation. You just said, boom, and you're not, okay, look. At that moment, I don't care who you are. When you make that vow, you got his attention. He's going to see if you're going to break it or not.
That's right.
And this goes down for the rest of your life. So that's what keeps you binding. You have to make it narrow. All right, you got the laws. Now I'm going to make myself more narrow. I know what I have to do to keep these commandments.
That's right.
Y'all got where I'm coming from?
Yes. Yeah.
You don't have to do what I do, what I have to do to keep these commandments.
That's right.
And I don't have to do what you do. I know what's going to keep me here. What's going to keep me doing this? What's going to keep me doing this?
That's right.
So I certain opportunities in life, I cut. I didn't take. You know why? To be honest with you, I wouldn't be here. I would not be here. You would not be here. Careers of a lifetime, opportunities of a lifetime. I passed that up. Where before I probably would have jumped on it.
Say to hell with God's laws and jumped
on it.
Right.
And made an excuse.
Yeah.
I didn't think this way all my life, y'all.
Yeah.
So I know and I understand your excuses.
Talk about
And that's why we be like, I don't want to hear it. Oh, no. Because we've been there before. And if I keep feeding myself excuses, I'm never going to do this.
That's right.
I'm never going to do it. I'm never going to get to where God has me. He said, yo, I expect you to be here, man. I'm never going to get there because I'm not putting that pressure on.
Right.
That's what obligate yourself. That's what obligating yourself means.
That's right.
That's how my father obligated himself. To where if you ain't down to do this, you can't live here. That's it.
Fact.
I don't care who you are.
Oh.
I don't care who you are. Because the standards now, right? In order for God's commands to be dealt with in here, then I got to throw other demands and commands that I don't want done in here or done in your house in order to meet these requirements.
That's right.
So that people say, well, those are your people. Look. Well, any command that I made up goes in support, okay, of God's commandments. But then, because he said, yo, man, he said, should I tell this guy, Abraham? He said, yo, because look, the one quality that made God not keep the secret from Abraham, put Abraham on, was that he commanded his household after him.
Right.
He commanded his household after him.
That's right. I support them in their wickedness.
So when a man has a household, wife, you're going to have to get this, wife. You're going to have to get this. Okay? Children, y'all going to have to listen.
Right.
Y'all got too much to say.
That's right.
I got too much space to say too much. You got too much options. What I was saying last night, I said, look, it's not just heathens, Israelites. You got social media Israelites.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Talk about it, man.
Okay? I'm not going to go into those details. But watch it with all this stuff here. Because you can also err.
Yeah, talk about it.
Because I hear people say they type things, and what Moses said, yo, God heard everything you said. Well, God saw everything you typed.
That's right.
Okay? And you it's not for me.
Okay.
I'm doing what God told me to do. I'm doing what my father told me to do. I'm doing what my mother told me to do.
That's right.
When I'm supposed to do what you want me to do, I noticed that. I even had a fight with a friend, because you know why? One day he said, come on, let's do that. I said, nah, I can't do that. My pop told me I can't leave the block.
That's right.
He told me to stay on the block. That way, when you look out the window, he know I'm here. You know what he said? He said, oh, man, come on, y'all. This guy's scared of his pops. I said, yeah, I'm scared of him. I ain't scared of you.
Word.
And we had a fight.
Word.
And that became one of my best friends.
Word.
And look, even my pops took to him. Because I showed him and I taught him.
Yeah.
And this is a dude who called his mother by her name. You see the type of I don't know, the wickedness, man.
Yeah.
To the point where you don't even respect me because I'm not wicked like you. And that's the world. That's the streets. That's the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't follow them. You may seem like you are out. It's going to seem like you're the only one doing it. It's going to seem like people are laughing at you. It's going to and look. It is that way. You're going to see people look at you and be like, what he got on? What's he got on? What are you looking at? And I give them back the same look. Look what you got on. What you doing? What you eating? You eating a big giant roast leg. What you doing? I don't eat what you eat.
Yeah.
I give them that same energy. You're not going to intimidate me, and I'm not ashamed of God.
That's right.
Because the first thing they look at is because you're not like them.
You're not like them. That's right. You're not doing what we do. Yeah.
Not like us.
Yeah.
Y'all really not like us.
Yeah.
Because to serve God, you're going to be different, man.
Right.
You're going to stick out. Everybody's chilling, but you got to go.
Right.
That's the difference. That's the distinguish. And if anybody got a problem with that, we can take care of that.
Right.
Yeah, you're not gonna talk about how I live in a shameful, embarrassing way.
Right.
You're not gonna put me down. I serve the true and living God. You serve wood and stone.
Right.
The God you serve walks around naked. You understand that, man? The God you serve don't know how to stop eating. This God don't. Yeah. I would put dozens on him. This God over here, he don't have no hair on his body at all, and design fashion from it. This God, he likes to paint his face, so that's why the women paint their face. This God like to put gashes under his eyes. That's why you got the Africans and the Hamites like to put gashes under their eyes.
This one, like messing with
this, yeah.
Like messing with man.
That's why God. That's why he said, look. We can call on God in all things. You know why? Because God ain't just the God of thunder.
That's right.
Or the God of this. He's the God of everything.
That's right. So
we can call on this God, on this true God, on the only God for everything. For everything. Everything. There is no story of the Most High's beginning and end.
No.
Nobody. There is no story of my God being born of a woman. How is he God if he was born of a woman the same way I was born of a woman? How is he God if I could chase him and grab him and hold him?
Yeah.
I can see him. It's not God.
Yeah.
And then I can hang him up here and nail him. Yeah, shut up. Pull, pow, beep, 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 beep. And while he's getting nailed up, right? This is the story to make you feel bad and make you, I love Jake so much. This is what, these are the things that make, these are the stories that people believe.
Wow.
So when you read this book, you better start believing.
Yeah. Right.
Because it's easy for you to believe wickedness and false stories about people who did not exist, but they say it's your God. And every story of all these deities from back then to now, they have lived the life that God tells us not to live. They murder. We don't murder, do we?
No.
You know what murder does? It's worse than being unclean. I can get unclean and I can wash and get this off of me. It's a spiritual dirtiness. You're dirty in the spirit. You're not dirty in the flesh. Oh, wow, I got to wash my hands. Your spirit is dirty with iniquity. Iniquity makes your spirit dirty before God in the spirit world. Everything, every spirit could see it. So I could get this thing off. But I murdered someone. He wasn't coming to kill me. My life wasn't threatened. Matter of fact, I wanted what he got. And I ran up in his house, kicked his door in, and he made a wrong move, so I had to kill him. So, but I had to do it. That's murder. That's blood on my hands. We don't go around killing people for money. We don't even take certain jobs that, look. We don't deal with tombstones. Batseba. Okay? I was with a woman that had a father that treated me like a son. I treated him like I treated my own father. He said, look, I got where he worked at, he was a head supervisor. You know what he did? He made tombstones. A factory that made tombstones. That's a lot of money. I was going to be making up to $1,900 a week. Every week, not 2 weeks. And that was a while ago. That was 15, 20 years ago. Certain businesses make money, but it's the same as if making crosses.
It's needed every day.
It's needed every day because they make money off this. But it's the same as if I'm in a factory making crosses. It's the same thing. I'll go to the church to paint the church because I'm a painter and we have a contract right now. And so we got to go in the church. I said, oh no, I can't go. You got to lay me off for this one. He said, look, if you don't do this job, I got to lay you off good. Okay. I said, well, look, I got to get another job. Sacrifice. I ain't got no money. I'm broke. I got bills to pay. I might lose it. But look, all that don't mean nothing.
Nothing, man.
You got to go get me to do something that I've been scared all my life to do. Now I'm going to do it for some money, for some job, to take care of some kids, or take care of me. None of that matters. God matters.
God over everything.
That's what it means by God over everything.
God over my job.
Look, man, we know your religion. But, we need you tonight. You could have tomorrow off, but we need you Friday night. Can't do it. They said, look, if you don't do this, and they give you ultimatums, don't let nobody make you pick between God and them. Right. Nobody. Don't let nobody step to you with no ultimatum like that. You always pick and say, why now? It's God all day. That ain't no choice. Yeah. Don't ever let nobody give you an ultimatum because they will do it. You just got to read between the lines when they talk. A lot of them ain't going to say God. They're going to say you. But the problem really is not with you. It's what you representing. It's whose laws you upholding.
That's right.
And people don't like to listen. People don't like to be under somebody. People don't like to be subjugated no more. Everybody got their own rules and their own way. And that's why a lot of people are dying more and more. It's making people get killed more and more.
That's a fact.
Because the way you are gonna get you killed.
That's
man.
Right.
The way you are gonna get you killed. Woman. In many different ways. That's what that song say. 6 million died. 6 million ways to die. But with God, it's endless ways to die. Choose one.
That's right.
That's for the wicked. The man that made that song say, yo, man, that was for the wicked people. Choose one, because you're going to die. And there's so many ways. But one of them is for you. This one going to die this way. You're going to die. And nobody, you're all going to be in the same spot. Right? One dude said, what the hell? Okay? You know what he said? He said when he got there, he was thirsty. He said he was very thirsty.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he wanted to drink so bad.
So he felt like he ain't drinking.
Felt like he ain't drinking years. All of a sudden, in the 1 second, this voracious thirst, but there ain't no water down there. Then he noticed, he said, somehow your spirit is going to know that you are not in Kansas no more.
Yeah.
You know what that means? You're not on earth no more.
Yeah.
It's when you realize you died. You died. You're going to realize that you're dead.
Right.
After a certain point, you're going to see it. You know why? Because you're not in this time and place no more.
That's right.
You're somewhere else where this time, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, don't
24
hours don't exist.
That's right.
Week, month, year, hour, millennia, that don't exist no more.
It's one.
It's eternity.
It's eternity. There it is.
It's eternity. But are you going to be punished for eternity? Or are you going to be brought back for eternity?
Dude went into a coma and said that yesterday, bro.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Nah, I didn't hear that. Nah. But that's how it goes, man.
He said when you die, he says no more time.
No.
He said that's eternity.
Eternity.
He said when you die, your spirit goes
So
to
guess what? Guess what? I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, God does not dwell on this planet. He dwells out of time and space. Space is the firmament. God dwells above that.
Yeah.
Remember now, you got the waters, and you got the firmament, and what we call the universe, the planets and the earth and everything in it. And over that, it stops at a certain point, and it's water. And above all of that is the throne of God and his realm. That does not have to do with our time and space. It's outside of it. That's the halls of eternity for righteousness. But you have eternity for wickedness. Well, you will be tortured forever.
Right.
There is a time and space continuum where it doesn't happen here no more because you are dead. That's the spirit world. And you're going to know when that time is. I showed somebody in the book where it say, until the pit be digged for the wicked. That's Psalms 50. Psalms 50, right? Look, I don't show that to Israelites, and they wasn't jacking it. I showed this one guy. You know what he said? He ain't no Israelite. You know what he said? Look, he said, I said, what do you make of that? He said, well, first of all, that ain't happened yet. They don't know nothing about God. But common sense told him, until the pit be digged for the wicked, he said, that ain't happened yet. When that was written, that was for future time. He said, so that got to be like now. I said, man, you a very smart man. And if you can realize that, you need to come on over. Because you realized it. Israelites read it and don't realize that. You know what I mean? At the time that was written, there was a pit that was being dug, but it wasn't for none of those people at that time in the whole generation. It was made for the people of these times, the time of the wicked, the era of the evil angels,
the era of presumptuous sin,
the era of look, I don't care what, I'm gonna still do it.
Yeah,
the era of yeah, you can cut it, you can eat it, you can wear it, you can wear pants, sister. You can do this. You can cut everything. You can cut all your head off and look like an M&M. You can eat all the blood you want. Yo, you know you can't eat fat either, right?
Yeah, talk about it.
It's fat and blood. Okay? The best thing to do, man, leave the meat alone.
Yeah.
And do more research. Leave the flesh alone and do more research. And I'm going to tell y'all again, the beasts of the field have a description. Cloven heart, cloven foot, split and chew the cud. The fish have a description. Fins and scales. What do the birds have? Well, we only got a list of birds that were unclean. We didn't get a list of animals that were unclean. We got some. He said like the coney or like the hippo, but we didn't get that whole runoff. Most birds are unclean to eat.
Yes, sir.
99.999 birds on this planet today are unclean to eat, as it was back then. There was only a few. You really don't know the ones. We only know about one bird that God gave people to eat, and that was quail. Okay? And they were not used for sacrifices. Pigeons and doves were. So pigeons, doves, and quails, put those to the side. What can you eat out of the bird family? Be truthful with yourself. Stop being slaves, man. Stop being slaves.
Talk about it, man.
Look. You got to give up the chicken. It's a chicken and watermelon. It's a slave dish.
Yeah.
You could give up the chicken and keep the watermelon. Just make sure you got the watermelon that got the seeds in it.
Yeah, talk about it.
So you got to do. How you going to be different? You eat the same thing that they ate. Our dishes got to be different.
Yeah.
The way our preparation has to be different.
Yeah,
because our flesh is eaten without the blood. The first order of getting the blood out of an animal is to strike the head completely off the body.
Yeah.
All ligaments will bleed out. If you don't take that head off all the way, I don't care. Oh, but there's nothing else dripping. It's still in there.
That's right.
And when you cook it, and they didn't have stoves. They didn't have grills. All right, you see the little barbecue thing people be using? They made a pit. What got the name of it? There's a whole name, a country name for it. But it's a pit. You dig a hole. You throw the stuff down there. You put the grill over it. Set the fire. So now we standing up, but in that hole, it's like a big range, okay? And that beast is big. Those oxes and lambs and sheep. Have y'all ever been on the farm and really handle these animals? These animals stink. There's a smell that comes with it. But in time, you get used to it. And they are big. Look, the goats, even the sheep, the lambs, the little lambs, they like to headbutt. They love, especially the males, they love, you gotta watch it. If you be working, and you'll get headbutted by a goat, man. And when you turn around and say, yo, what's up? You go back up on you. They all day. That's farm life. But that head gotta come off. Then skin it. But we don't eat the skin. We don't eat the skin of fish, and we don't eat the skin of flesh. Basad that we eat. Because it is also fat. Okay? It is also fat. It's also fat. You know that, right? The dermis and the epidermis. The dermis is the outside, right? The epidermis is under. That's why people eat pig skins. People eat. Yeah, they call it chicharron. It's a big bag. And it's when it puts heat, when you put heat to it, it get hard. And I see the way it's just like, yeah, damn.
Hey, that's
That's a
delicacy.
delicacy.
That's a delicacy. They love that.
Pigskin.
Yeah, pigskin. Yeah.
And it's also used for big footballs. You see? Unclean animals, they use. And also, guess what? Watch your brushes. Like your brushes. Yeah, anything that got bristles. Toothbrushes. Okay, you got to make sure it doesn't come from, because you have animal bristle and plastic bristle.
Yeah.
You want to use the plastic bristle. They use pig bristle. Pig bristle is used. Boar.
Yeah, boar.
Oh,
That's
that's
mainly
boar.
where-
That's mainly where it
It
comes
from.
from the boar, not really the pig, the boar, because they got hard hairs. Hard hairs, man. If they hit you with it, they can prick you. And they take that and they make brushes out of it, and they make toothbrushes. So you see how when we go shopping for anything, You got to read. Oh no, I only want this brand because this brand doesn't use animal. Mm-hmm. This cheese here is plant-based. Mm-hmm. Certain cheeses is made before they come here. Mm-hmm. Most of them are made before they come here. Our ancestors made their own cheese, their own butter, they churned their own milk. So when you out there, look, ice cream, all that you gotta watch out for. Get non-dairy, yogurt, non-dairy. Watch out for the milk. Because milk comes from different sources, and not all the sources are correct. A lot of them they take away and add things in there. I've seen one farm add fat. This one don't do it. They add vitamin D and other stuff that the FDA does not recognize for them to put on the list. Do you know that sometimes y'all be eating stuff that the FDA said, well, it ain't got to be on the ingredients. You ain't even got to put it on there. That's why it's good to research and search. And it's good to read. Stop picking up stuff without reading it. Read, and then you got the phone. You don't got to go home and look for no dictionary no more. Remember back in the days, we had to call home. Yo, look up this word. Because we didn't have internet on the phone like that. You right there. I'll be looking fan. What this? Sometimes I run into a greenie. I don't know. Yeah. Right on, Ima. My Ima. Well, I'll be with my Ima. I said, "Oh, I got you right now." Boom, bro. Look it up. While we there shopping, I still got the item in my hand just in case it's good. No, look. I said, "Okay, the origin is good. Yeah, we can keep it." Or the origin is not good. Colors: FD&C, yellow, red, purple, green. All those colors. Okay. You got certain items, food items. That this is clean to eat, but then it comes in blue now, and it comes in green and red. Or this drink comes in, you gotta read and make sure that the color is not. Once you see FD&C, okay, you gotta dead that. All right. Some people, some food companies, instead of using unclean food colorings, they use paprika. They use paprika, beets. That's also used as a dye. Turmeric. Okay? Yeah. Your seasonings, your sazon, all that stuff. They put unclean stuff in there. Sometimes they put bones, powdered bones of animals to keep it from caking up. Yeah. Right or wrong. Yeah. It said put in added as an anti-caking agent. Yeah. I was just reading stuff yesterday. I said, well, look, they put stuff in the water. Yes. Last year, we had to make sure we got Poland Spring because it was, I forgot the brand. Baking soda. Huh? It was baking soda. It had baking soda in the water, though. Sodium bicarbonate. Yeah, and that's baking soda. But you ain't gonna tell by looking. You wouldn't think because, oh man, that's water. They put stuff in everything. The reason why is monetary value. Now, the real reason why, okay, this world is going to go after the monetary value so they can sin. So they can sin naturally, man. Yeah, Red Lobster, Beefsteak Charlie's. Oh, look, I've noticed seafood took over more than regular fish. Yeah. You're eating insects that live in the water. Yeah. That's why they're related. This one is related to the spider. That's why that's related to the water bug. That's why this one is related to the ant, or this one is related to a moth. And they just got claws because there's stuff down there that they got to fight. But take the crabs, they need claws. Lobsters, they all got it. Shrimps, they got it. They also got antennas. A water bug pop up in here right now. Yeah, you're gonna have some people running, and you're gonna have somebody. Look, and you're gonna have one or two brave people. Cause look, man, it took a long time for me to even go after and kill them things. I don't like them things, man.
Prince Zakari not here no more.
Man, that was the man. He'll go grab it. He'll grab it and look at him and talk to him.
He grabbed that monkey by his
And
antenna.
you see his antenna there, he said, yeah, I got you now.
I got him, Chief. Look.
Man, that's my I used to love when he was around for that, because I'm out. He's flying around. But then when you catch him and you squish him, that's the same thing people eat when they eat seafood. The stuff that's inside of that big, giant, pussy water bug. You hear when you hit it, it goes, it goes, yeah. When you look, you see greenish stuff, yellow. That's what people crack and eat it. Dip in garlic sauce.
Yeah. When they dip it, you don't see that some of the pus
It's
ain't
shaking.
congealed yet.
That's not flesh.
Some of the pus ain't congealed.
That's not meat. It's. You ever got stung by a mosquito? Right? In the opening, you got a little hole there. And they fill up, they get hardened with what? Pus. And then they get hard like a little crystal. Right? That's what people are eating. Check it out. They got the same name. They ain't got fins, they ain't got scales like God say. But people put away what God say long time ago. Stay where y'all at. Read them. Well, I ain't tell y'all to go nowhere yet, right?
No.
See, it's a lot of stuff. I like that. It's a lot of stuff. And certain things I gotta get off before I go into this chapter. I have to touch them. All right? Go to Genesis.
Genesis chapter 1.
Get all in the crevice. Like my pops would say.
Genesis chapter 6.
Get in the crevice.
Read when you're ready.
Genesis chapter 6. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth.
So now, this is after Adam and Eve. Okay? Now Adam lived for hundreds of years, and then he had children. And so on and so forth. Okay? And now you had men started, populating the planet. Okay? So now it says, and it came to pass. Anytime you read and it came to pass, years, sometimes decades, sometimes centuries of honey. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no days. So now, time just passed. Millennium passed. Thousands of years passed. The earth is still young. Man is still young. Everything is still young and new and fresh. All right?
That's right.
Read.
And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men.
You see the word? It said to multiply is rabab. It means to become many. Doesn't that mean now? Now we're multiplying. It become much. It became great. So sometimes when you see a word in here and say, "Yo, he's a great man," meaning that he either got a lot of riches, a lot of sustenance, or he got a lot of people behind him. And that's why that king told Isaac, "You gotta go. Because you just as rich as me, and you got as much goons as I got. You can't be here." And then now, I'm not gonna stick out as the king. It's competition. You gotta go that way. So Isaac lived on the outskirts of the city, just like his father did. He said, and when men began to what? Multiply on the face of the earth,
That the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
He said, they saw sons and daughters, man, and they were fair. The word for fair is told. This is how the woman, all women, this is the character of all women at this time. And this is why those angels came down and went into those women. This is what made them attractive
This is what made those women attractive. All right? The word for fair means good. They were good. They were pleasant, and they were agreeable. It wasn't, oh, yo, man, look, the daughters of woman has exaggerated body parts. I would like to go down there. It wasn't that. It wasn't how pretty they was. They didn't have BBLs back then. People weren't enlarging their body parts back then. They weren't shooting their lips up to make them pucker up more. All this stuff, Botox, all that, this is when it started. After this, they corrupted them and taught those women piercings, tattoos, cosmetology, makeup, lipstick, eyewear, eyeshadow, rouge, rage, gouge, whatever. Yeah, man, they stay in the nail salon. She got her hair did and her nails did. And that's it. But these women were good, were pleasant, were agreeable. Okay? He said, and they were valuable in estimation. You know what makes a woman valuable? First of all, her virginity. And in learning of keeping her virginity, there's a virtue that comes with it and a mannerism that comes with it, developing a type of thinking. Those angels came and messed that up. That's why we have women that want to run the world now. You have women that want to be pharaohs. You want to, where's the lady? She, I wear the pants too. You got women that say they wear the pants too. It's not, now you're not agreeable. Yeah. You may be wrong, woman. And I'm telling you that you're wrong. You're my woman. I'm supposed to be able to show you correction. And you're supposed to take that. That's the rule. The rulership y'all thinking about right now is because y'all are very hard-headed. And the men are hard-headed, so we don't listen to God. So we get women that don't listen to us, and we get frustrated and want to get at them, say things to them, and then now the women are not agreeable and pleasant. So they're like, who you think you is? So there we have it. This is the relationships, since nobody gets married no more. The word relationship don't creep into Israel and been accepted also. Okay? The only relationship that is recognized by God and in Israel is if you are married.
Facts. Talk about it, man.
Because I'm hearing that word a lot. Well, if you're in a relationship with a sister, y'all just linking up. They're doing the same thing the heathen do. They get into relationships. People are into relationships without getting married. They don't want to commit. People want to get things from God, get things from men, get things from women without committing. That's the problem. You see the type of woman that they was after? But not today. The man ain't right. The woman ain't gonna agree even if he was. So then now we got the children. Now we get to the little ones. Look at the little guys, little ones. You see how you looking at me? They stay staring at you. They're gonna stay watching you. They're gonna look and say, okay, that's what you say. Those are the words you use when you get mad. And then when you hear them, they say, hey man, stop saying that. But they hear you say it. They hear everybody in the world say it. We play music, that's saying it. We play movies, that's saying it. We gotta really watch what we putting out. I've told a lot of times the children be right there. There have been matters that's been going on when nobody was paying attention to the children. And I had to say, hey, come on, y'all. Come with me. Come on, Uncle Mick. Come on, Uncle Mick. Put something up in them. But look, they don't want to, they want to know what's going on. Yeah. I've been in all the hospitals and stuff. I had to grab my niece, my nephew. Come on, man. Come on, because it's war right now. And y'all don't need to be here. Y'all don't need to learn this behavior. We get caught up in our emotions so much. You forget God.
That's right.
You forget parents.
That's right.
You forget your brothers, your sisters, your children, and
everything.
yourself every day. And that's when you commit iniquity and sin come in. That's why I said, don't fret yourself over evil doers.
That's right.
Okay, now, right? Don't let them push your buttons
That's right.
because they're evil.
That's right.
They're going to retaliate.
That's right.
They're going to say things
That's right.
and make you want to, right?
That's right.
Look. I know one person this week that wanted to do something, and it would have been justifiable if you asked me.
Yeah.
My wicked opinion, right?
Yeah.
Right? But he said, look, I thought about it. He said, man, it wouldn't be right before God.
That's a fact.
Chief,
That's
he
a
said,
fact.
nah, I can't do it. I said, well, what's up? He said, it wouldn't be right before God.
Yeah.
And what he was talking about was done to him.
Yeah.
See the type you got to swallow sometimes?
That's right.
And then, look, after you swallow now, you're going to avoid it. Because you ain't going to keep swallowing.
That's right. It's time to avoid now.
And then now, see, this is what creates the holiness. Because I'm sticking to God. I'm not letting you push my buttons no more. I see what's up. I'm going to push up on God now, right? And whatever vengeance that popped up in my head, I'm letting that ride. God will take care of that. It's up to God to take care of that one. Sometimes, man, look. I've seen when men say, look, oh, you popping a lot of junk. Well, guess what? Let's stand before God on this. He said, let's stand before God. And he said, let God be the judge. We're not going to no man.
Yeah.
Let's not go. We ain't going to go to. There was priests then. They had men that would have told them. They had prophets. They said, no. Because you're talking a lot. Let's let God be the judge of this right now. And if any sin be found in me towards you, then I'll be destroyed right now with my father's house. You want to deal with that? You want to mess with that, man? You want to mess with that? That's how they got down, man. A lot of times they ain't going to no judges. They said, judge between. Judge between. Now, listen. The person that's saying, you only going to say that. The person, right, let me make it very clear. You can't front and say that.
That's right.
When I hear a person say that to another person, I said, oh, shoot. Now, he's real. What he just said, he's ready to go in front of God. Nobody is going to front and do that. So stop the challenges. The challenges and the competitions. We're not here on a race. I'm not here racing trying to get to the head of the finish line before you. That's not what this is about.
Yeah.
It said the race is not to the swift, nor to the strong, but to the one that will do what? Endure what? Endure this life and still serve God. Endure tribulation and still serve God. Endure shame, accusation, charging, persecution, embarrassment, murder, everything, and still serve God. That's endurance. Because you're going to go through it. You're going to go through it. That's what you have to endure. You have to endure yourself from yourself. You have to endure what you gave up that you like. And they keep calling you. You have to endure that. God see that, yo. You tell yourself, look, God like what you're doing, man. Right. Keep rejecting me. God like it. And they get mad at it. Get mad at those thoughts. And tell them thoughts to get away from you. Talk to them, man. They tell y'all crazy, y'all talk to yourself. But God tell y'all talk to yourself to keep yourself right. Tell them evil spirits get away from me. Because they hear you. If you can hear them, they can hear you. If they can talk to you in order to suggest your head, then you can hear me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Then I start saying a prayer. While I'm walking. You best believe that thought gone. Don't come messing with me, man. I want to serve God.
That's right.
And the more I want to serve God, the more it's gonna come messing with you.
That's
And the more you fight it, man. Use your anger. Your anger to serve God will destroy evil spirits.
That's right.
I know this for a fact.
And it will root
I don't
them
care
out.
what's voodoo or hoodoo jubu they can do. My spirit dedicated and joined to God, it ain't touching me.
That's right.
You bugging. You out of your mind.
That's right.
That's your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is straight to the devil, man.
Yeah.
Do you understand that, man?
Yeah.
You understand how much evil you got in you, man?
Talk about
Do you know how much evil you got in you, woman? You know how much?
Yeah, talk about
I don't know, man. This thing is more spirit than physical.
That's right.
And you can control, if you can control your spirit, you can control any spirit that come around you. God gave us that power.
Yeah.
That's what I get mad at. What's going to be going on in here that ain't supposed to go on.
Uh-huh.
And it leaves. Make it leave. Man, tell that spirit, get off you, man. What's up? And it never came back. Anytime I did that, that thought never came back. And I got, look. I grew a crust. And I got like I start picking up my head now. Yeah, like, yeah. I felt more power. Yeah, this is what he's talking about. But you got to tap in and stay tapped in. Okay? So now, these women were morally good. That's the word that was fair, told. They were morally good, man. Tamshi.
The Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, but that he also is flesh.
I'm not going to, everything man do, I'm not going to let it get to me. And because when I let it get to me, he's God. When God gets mad, everything just gets destroyed. His mercy is what saves. So he said, look, because the wickedness has been increased. Okay? And that cycle started and hasn't stopped yet. Y'all understand that?
Right.
From back then, God seen where, okay, these guys are only going to get worse. Mankind, all man is going to be more wicked than righteous. Nobody is just naturally going to come out totally righteous serving God on their own, because it's not in them for that, because of what happened in the garden. Y'all understand? So now God's mercy kicks in, because I know I'm dealing with a world full of wicked doers.
Uh-huh.
And as it gets, as the millenniums, the 1,000 years, as time passes, man is going to get more advanced in wickedness. They say, oh, but you know, man, civilization, you know, we went from huts to skyscrapers. And let me tell y'all something. That's not the accomplishment of man. From God, that's not. God don't care how you make it. He don't care about that. All he said was make sure you put a battlement on the top so that nobody fall off and die. But all that stuff about man is advanced and we're industrializing and cities here and factories here, all that stuff don't mean nothing to God. Because the Israelites didn't have factories. They didn't need factories. They didn't need to build and spread, incorporate. All of this is a distraction.
Yeah.
But when you die, none of that means anything.
None.
When you die, you're not even going to be thinking about that stuff. You're not going to be thinking about your job. Y'all know that? You're going to be thinking like, man, where the hell am I at? I'm dead. Yeah.
All at one time.
And that scenario only happens to wicked people.
That's right.
Y'all hear me?
That's right.
That scenario only happens to people who died in their wickedness. The death of the righteous don't go down like that. They don't wake up and, oh, I'm dead. Where am I? No, they don't. That doesn't happen. It's a total different journey, total different spot.
Yeah.
And how I know, how you know, because I read it. I listened to what David said.
That's right.
In his prayers to God, he talked about a place called the pit. Okay? And that's where all the wicked gonna go. He said, the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man. He said, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. So now, look, men, first God made Adam and Eve to live forever. When they ate of the fruit, it brought death. But they didn't die at 80. They lived up in the hundreds, 400, 5, 6. You know what I'm saying? But you still gotta die. So God said, now, y'all ain't gonna live as long as Adam and those guys live. It cut down more. He said this day is gonna be 120 years. So he said mostly everybody, if they live fulfillment in life, it'll be 120 years. That'll be the highest it go. And that was back then. It ain't 120 now. Because you got kids dying. You got kids getting slaughtered in the street. But you know why? You know why? Those kids, most of them don't respect their parents, man.
Sure.
Most of them are growing up in broken homes. There ain't no father there. For whatever reason, sometimes it be the daddy fault. Sometimes it be the mother fault. Sometimes it's both of their fault. Regardless of what, the daddy's not there. They call that a broken home. Israelites in the book did not grow up with broken homes. Unless, sometimes, a man died.
Yeah.
He died early. But that wasn't a common thing. Most people grew up with a mommy and a daddy in the house. It does have an effect on how you serve God.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
On how
In the upbringing of children.
in the upbringing of children, that's right. Because I'm bringing them up in God now, right? Then they're going to have to honor everything I do and say.
That's right.
Now, how I bring them up is how they're going to deal with God.
That's right.
If I deal loose with my children, if I let my children do whatever, if I let my children do things I wouldn't do, or I never did, how about that?
That's why?
Yeah, that's why. How am I going to allow my children to do something that I look and frown down on? I'm going to let you know you're out of line.
That's right.
I didn't do that.
That's right.
Who kid are you?
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So listen,
Talk about
you can't allow that space to go down.
Talk about
Because then now, how they did that space that you gave them, that's what they did. They're going to curse God in their heart, man.
Yeah.
Curse God. That's why Job said, yo, man, just in case they curse God in their heart, man.
That's
I
right.
don't want them to go down. That's how much he loved his children. I love them. The more that I love my children, the more I'm going to be on top of my son and I'm going to be on top of my daughter. That's love. Y'all got this thing twisted.
Say it again, man.
Love is not me letting you do what you want to
That's
do
right.
and be who you want to be. Because what you want to do and who you want to be, God don't like it.
That's right. Talk about it, man.
I don't like it. And I'm still letting you be who you want to be. I got some real evilness in me, man. And I'm jamming my own kids. But prophecy got to come. Prophecy has to play out. And according to this book and what my father said, there's going to come a generation that ain't calling on God no more.
That's right.
And I see the beginning of it.
That's right.
As long as I've been, the 52 years of my life being Israelite, this is the only generation I see cut and bald their head and shave.
For service. For Shabbat service.
Nah, anything. Back in my days growing up, that's one place you ain't gonna see an Israelites in a barbershop.
Backwards.
You ain't gonna see no Israelite in a barbershop. When the Israelites say, yeah, I want to be an Israelite, first thing you gotta do is come to Shabbat, stop eating pork, and grow your beard.
That's right.
Grow your beard. This guy now, he ain't got a seizure no more. He ain't bald. Look, even the guy that was bald, he let whatever he had grow.
Mm-hmm.
He let whatever he had grow, and that's that.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a beauty party for men. In the book, it said the men were
Lying like men.
lying like men. Gotta have hair to look like a lion.
That's right. Talk about it.
You ever seen a bald lion? You ever seen a cat get shaved? It look weird, don't it?
Yes, sir.
But that's how we look before God.
Yeah.
We look like Egyptians.
Yeah.
The Egyptians used to bald their head. The reason why they bald their head is because of lice.
They're gonna get mad at you, Chief.
Look, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I don't have nothing to do with that.
Talk about it, man.
Go ahead and get mad on the Shabbat about his laws all you want. That's on you.
Talk about it, man.
That's on you. I got nothing to do with that. Get mad.
Yeah,
You're supposed to get mad. God told Isaiah, show the people their sins and their iniquities. I can't come up here and give you a pretty story every week.
Don't worry yourself about it. Teach.
Psalm 37. Look, even my own child.
Fact,
man.
Say it again, Nick.
Even my own child. You look. I'm gonna always be like this with you, but look. If you refuse, then the only way you get to come into these arms is to accept God.
Right.
I still love you, man. And what he saying? He said, I'll weep in a secret place for you. You know what that means? Oh, man. Wish it wasn't this way, man. But it is this way. If you on the wrong side, look. You still gonna weep for his son. Even though he was a wicked dude.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer was a wicked dude. He was homosexual and a cannibal and racist. He only liked to do it to young black boys. His mama still loved him. You see that? That's why God say honor that woman, man. You better honor her, because the whole world want to kill you. She will go like this and say, not my son. He will go like this and say, not my son. We will die for y'all. That's what God knows. That's a natural thing for parents.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's why God said, yo, give it up, man. Especially when your parents know God and they taught you about God. You ain't got no excuse. I don't want to hear about no hang-ups.
That's right.
I don't want to hear about no hang-ups. I'm getting tired of hearing children, adults, sounding like children. Oh, because I got beat, or because of this, I got neglected. I don't want to hear none of that, man. The people that serve God, you see what these guys went through? Some of these guys got neglected. They still serve God. They still honor their mother. Isaac was about to get dead. And he ain't felt no way.
Yeah.
With that, I hope you got what was what? Oh, okay. My bad. I lost track of the time. Time sheet. We're still in Genesis 6. Time sheet. Oh yeah, 1 to 37. Go to 37.
Psalms chapter 37. Fret not
Yo,
thyself.
sometimes you get so much stuff to say when you get up here, man. You could be up here for 8 hours and it's still not enough sometimes because there's so much to cover. And certain things that you didn't even think to talk about or to pronounce on, it comes up while you're here.
Yeah.
And that means that it has to be, somebody's out there has to hear this. They got a question. It's going to hit for somebody.
Like my cousin said, it's an all-day team.
That's right. It's all day thing, man.
All-day team.
Psalms chapter 37.
Yeah, hit it.
Fret not thyself because of evildoers.
Leave them people alone. You don't want to serve God. She don't want to serve God.
Uh-oh.
They don't live in your house. Let them go, let them go. Let them go. Because look, they don't love you as much as you love them. Moses said, I would love everybody to prophesy before the Lord. Guess why he said that? Then you wouldn't guys be giving me a problem. You wouldn't be giving me a problem. Look, if all you guys prophesize, I wouldn't have to lead nobody. Oh man, don't that at me, David. That's good. See how the people was looking at it? Like only this guy was supposed to do it. No, man, it jumped on more than 70 dudes. 2 more dudes. And he said, man, leave them. They wanted to do something to them. God said, leave them. I wish all Israel would prophesy. I wish all Israel would listen. I wish all Israel would hearken and do the commandments. So, it's a sad thing when people leave off and go back from whence they came. Because I know one thing, man. You was brought here to hear these words for a reason. Not no season. And there's no such thing as luck. That's a deity also. But there is a thing called destiny. All right? That's the life that you walk. Halak. The life that you walk. And in that life that you walk, sometimes you meet God. Or you meet a person. You meet God through this person. Or through these people. Somehow, how come everybody ain't need him? How come God ain't introduced himself to Abraham and more people in his time? How come you sitting here? How come you're hearing these words? You have an opportunity and a privilege to know the truth and to serve the true and living God and be the human being that God created humans to be in the first place. He said this is what we was created for anyway.
Right.
The world got it all distracted. It's parades, parties, amusement parks, theaters, shows, concerts, parks, food, places to eat, restaurants, museums. There's always somewhere to go, vacation, this, that. And that's what got everybody distracted. That's what got everybody distracted.
Yeah.
And then you run into men who like men and women who like women in certain circles. It's in rap. It's in everything that the heathen uphold the glory. So don't be surprised. Don't go all the way in because you're going to run into something that you don't deal with. Don't be surprised. These people are weird. God told them in Leviticus 18, don't mess with these people. They're called Canaanites.
Weirdos, man.
I'm going to fast forward real quick. The people, the Israelites were supposed to kill them. They were supposed to get wiped out. Israelites didn't wipe them out. Israelites married into these people. These people like incest. These people like to eat. If you get unclean, they eat anything they find dead. I have a baby with my aunts. These are the type of people. God said, he said, leave everybody else alone. But them gotta go. What we do, marry into them. Wherever we went, they went. When we went to Babylon, they came with us. When we came back to Babylon, they came back with us. When the descendants of the last Israelites got spreaded into Africa and Europe, before the trade, the slave trade, Israelites, we was gone as a people before the slave trade. When the slave trade came in, we were Africans. We were Nubians. We were niggers. Okay? A lot of this history went down with Israel before the slave trade, before all blacks. We was the first blacks to get put in. And God gave us 70 years. He gave us a sentence. You're going in for 70 years. The nation is going in for 70. Have you ever heard of that before? We didn't know of slaves and hold it down until whatever. These people came back. That was the remnant that we read about. That was the physical remnant. Like Chief Shama said, the other remnant now, you got to serve God and die. And when he bring you back, it's only going to be a handful anyway. That's going to be the remnant to come back. Wherever you at, you're going to die in the land of your enemies. That's what it's saying in Deuteronomy 28. Okay? And in the land of your enemies, it'll be up to you now whether you serve gods of wood and stone and pine away in your iniquity, or you remember God's covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and keep it in the land where you at in 2024 in the land of your captives. Because these are still your captives. Okay? Oh, no, we ain't enslavement, Lord. We free minds. Okay. All right. All right. Where's your army at? Where's your government at? Where is the government? Where's the army? Who can we take over? Who can we take over? Is God going to be with us?
Can we stone them with stones?
Can we stone them with stones? Can we do God's judgments here? If my wife committed adultery, I got surveillance in my house now. People got eyes in our surveillance cameras, nothing but an eye, an electronic eye to record when your eye not around. Okay? It said man has sought out many inventions. That don't mean he right though. Okay? And if she committed adultery, they said the adulterer, which is the man, and the adulteress, which is the woman, they both get put to death. That is the commanding sentence of God for the woman or man that commit adultery. Meaning that she is married. That man don't lay down with a married woman that is not married to him. There's adultery for both. Both parties must get put to death. Yeah. It's a death penalty. But you do that today. In my house, I'm 100 million strong. You got everything a woman would never get. You still gotta go be with another man. Yeah. Is that wicked? Yeah. Yeah. Is it like that? Because I've seen now look, I speak up in the ring now. I've seen men do their job and do more than what's expected. Yeah, I've seen it. Rich men and poor men. Go lay down with another woman. Go out, man. Yeah. Cool. Look, to be spiteful. Look, he ain't cheat on her either. Everybody think it's not all the time because of that. In Israel, there's no such thing as men cheating. That's right. A man can have more than one wife. Not woman, not girlfriend, not whore. It says wife. Okay? That's another thing not being exercised is being chopped down too. I'm gonna talk about all our laws and customs, man. Okay? These things are not being kept. And that's why, as an individual, as a couple, or as a people, we get nowhere with God.
Get them tight, man.
We get nowhere with God. So the man do what he want, the woman do whatever she want, and again, the kids gonna do what they want. What you expect? Don't get mad at them. You're only getting what you've been dishing out to God.
You can't get mad at them.
You can't. I'm getting back what I dished out to my parents and God. And now look, it doesn't justify that cycle.
And you still dishing, so it's gonna still come.
It's gonna still come.
Yeah.
Now my kids is doing it, and I get mad, and I don't see that I did the same thing. And I'm still doing the same thing. Yeah. And now what? It's just a whole bunch of sin getting tossed around like a hot potato. Going back and forth and around in a circle, and nobody breaking the breach. Nobody giving a soft shoulder. Nobody listening. Time sheet.
Not to be thou envious against the workers of iniquity.
And don't be jealous of him because he got a Benz truck. All that stuff don't mean nothing, y'all. Yo, listen, man, that stuff don't mean nothing. It's a hunk of metal that the heathen put value on.
Yeah.
All it is is a chariot, a wagon, a Ben's wagon. It's a wagon. It's just real shiny and glittery. And it's being upraised and talked about so much that now it's value. So don't look at that. Look at the Hebrew. They got this and that. That's their portion. If you keep reading in the Psalms, you will see that most wicked people get what they want now.
That's right.
That's how God deals with the wicked.
That's right.
Okay? And they think, hey, I must be doing something right because I got this, that, yeah. Get it before you hurry up and get it all now. Look, in the Proverbs they talk, it got men from back then. They said, look, man, life is short. From back then they said it. And I hear rappers talking like that. With guys looking like girls. You'll be surprised that your favorite celebrity is not who they think they are. They're worse. Things you would never do, they do. All day, every day. They're your idols. Those are your idols. The idols that you have is in hip-hop and in acting and in movies. Yeah, because that's what they call American Idol. And what they do, they lift them up on high. And they look and say, well, these are an example of what these guys, these are an example, these athletes, well, you're not supposed to do that because you're an athlete. You got 3 rings. You're supposed to be a model for the children. But then the children go online and see this same dude that's supposed to be an example and don't serve God, but he got 3 rings. He's the greatest player ever. But he like boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch it, man.
Yeah.
My heroes, you know all that. Who I'm my examples, it's in the Old Testament. My examples is in the Old Testament. Okay? These guys weirdos. These girls is weirdos too. They're all weirdos. And they get paid to entertain weirdos.
Yeah.
That's it. Can't bite my tongue about it, man. You make me sick to my stomach. We gotta get up off all of that, man.
But they shall soon be cut down like the grass.
Don't be envious, meaning don't look at what they got. Don't look at the opportunities they're given. Don't look at those people. They're together. They're united. Don't worry about none of that. Because in a small while, the guys that's on top, the heathen that's on top, God is going to do what? Destroy them.
That's right.
There was a time Pharaoh was on top.
When the wicked spring as the grass,
and the workers of iniquity do flourish.
it is that they shall be destroyed
forever. But thou, Lord, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. Y'all hear what's going to happen to the wicked? I'm not going to be on that side. I already talked to myself. I only got enough energy for me now. I don't talk to my sons. I don't talk to my daughters. I don't talk to wives and everything. All right, y'all make that decision. I'm not fretting myself over you. Do what you want to do. Promise you.
Trust in the Lord and do good.
Trust in God. See, when people serve these idols and all this, they all in this religion, their hope and their trust is in those deities.
Yeah.
They hold on to the cross. Right or wrong?
Right.
And they don't have a cross, they cross themselves. And hope to die. They don't even know that you're sealing yourself in under the banner. They don't even know what that is. They think they're saying the right thing. They don't have to be knowing, man, they're getting tricked. And then now, well, no, I don't serve that God. You have some people that say, I don't serve Jake. I'm not with Jake. You still do everything that the followers of Jake do. When those days come, you still giving out gifts. What do you mean you don't follow? When certain days come, you want to be around your family. You got to watch that. God never said, he said, all males shall appear before me. Right. 3 appointed times. Right. He didn't say all families. Did he? He said, men, pull up. All the men, pull up. The woman can stay home. The children stay home. Men, pull up. All the men in the nation pulled up. Realize that. Come, she.
So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord.
Make yourself happy with God. With God. Make yourself happy with this. Make yourself make this delightful for you. Make this your comfort. Don't make this and I used to tell people, I used to watch people, they don't be on top of their children. They don't teach them not the book. They let them watch TV, listen to radio, whatever, right? But when the child gets on their nerves, or when the child does something wrong, they can say, hey, sit down and read the book. Now, you know what? I said, don't do that. Because you're supposed to make that child read the book. It's a delightful thing. It's supposed to be a delightful thing to them. You only putting them to read that book now as a punishment because you're mad at them. Yeah, don't do that. You're supposed to give them that every day. What you're supposed to do, sometimes you gotta tap them thighs. It's the hey, that ain't no abuse. I know he said, hey, stop over that. Let's sit back up, man. You know, when they start throwing themselves back, look, it's an attitude that develops with it as they get older.
They walk off on you too.
Now you get older, they'll give you what he said. He said the shoulder.
The shoulder.
He said, turn the shoulder. Yeah, man. Hey, where you going? I'm talking to you. Go on. That's the little guy that was going.
They don't want to hear you. That's why they leave.
From young, they like that.
Now I want to hear you.
It's a development.
Yeah.
That's why you don't use the book as punishment, because they're supposed to be reading it every day. Punish them the correct way. Take the TV from them. Take the phone from them. Okay? Take those games. Roblox. They love The first time I heard that, my son came and said, I was somewhere. He called. I said, wait, what's up, son? He said, I need $21. Right? We didn't have Cash App then yet. He said, well, I said, okay, I got you. What you need that for? He said, so I can get a Roblox. So I said, he said, man, to me, that sounds like more bucks. Because every time, yeah. So I said, all right, man, I'm going to talk to you again. When I got home, I got the money now. I said, yo, what's it you needed now? I thought it was a new sneaker or something. I don't know. He said, no, Roblox. And he showed me. I said, it's a game? I said, they're making you pay for I said, you know what? I'm only giving it to you because I set out my mouth already, giving it to you already. I said, don't ask me no more about no Roblox, man. Don't ask me about that stuff costs money, man. You got children that know how to take their parents' debit cards and what's it called? Venmo and Chime and all that, and they be ordering stuff without the mother and father knowing, because not a lot of older people don't know about technology. They don't know that they secure their stuff. And anytime somebody make a transaction, the phone will bing and let you know, no transaction was attempted. Boom, 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 boom. A lot of people don't know that. And you got little dudes, they learn to steal from their parents early. All that stuff, take from them. Don't give them the book as punishment.
Babysitter. That's the babysitter.
The babysitter. You said the phone is the babysitter, right? That became the babysitter. That's correct. That is correct. The TV, cartoons, the games. Roblox is the number one game with kids. How can nobody say? I hear that everywhere. We walk in, go around, hey man, that's my son. How you doing? He said, can I see your phone? I'll be like, no. Don't let no child see your phone. You might order something right then and there. If you don't have it in your phone, he's going to put it in your phone. I said, yo, man, what you doing with my phone? Don't pick up my phone. They'll pick your phone up. The kids. You know why? If that's how they do. Well, you know what? I'm too busy. I don't serve God anyway. So I'm too busy living my life. Yeah. Go pay for yourself. Or put them in front of something and that's it. No, the main teacher got to be you. The main teacher got to be mommy, Iman, the mother. The kids learn better and quicker from their mother than their father. We was talking about that last night. We don't have the patience. We don't have this. I don't have the patience. And sometimes I see that in the fellow man when he has to do certain things that the mother's supposed to be doing. He runs out of patience. And I'll be like, damn, see, that's because he's not supposed to be doing that. It's a poor situation. You know what I'm saying? The mother, I see the mothers, the kids making noise, and the mothers is there chilling. I'll be like, yo, sit down. Yo, but it don't bother them. They're built for certain things. We're built for certain things. So everybody has to be in their place. But then in a broken home, I leave off because she don't satisfy me in bed like the heathen girl do. I'll tell you why a lot of men left off. I heard it. She don't do acts that are not to be done. A true woman of Israel don't do these things. Okay? Certain body parts not to be touched with certain body parts. Do I get myself clear, y'all?
That's right.
Oral. All that stuff is dead.
Right.
All that stuff is you serving the devil, the sun, moon, and stars when you do that. Okay? All of that. If it's not the regular way, her back, she lie on her back, and you go in her, and you get up off her, and she conceives. Anything else beside that, you are serving another God every time you perform or allow it to be performed on you. Those positions, leave them alone. They're all yoga. They're positions of animals, and those animals are positions of yoga. Okay? In the yoga world, they have a year. Every year is a year for the dog, the sun, the cat, year of the moon, year of the star, year of this, year of that, year of the lizard, year of the rat, man, year of the kangaroo, year of the rabbit. Come on. Y'all stop following these people, man. No, Israelites that's into that too. Into boo-boo. Boo-boo, the big fat one. Big bear. This dude get bigger and bigger. He like eating. He's the god of food. He's the god of what? Greediness. And you know how they worship that thing? By lighting incense. Watch the karate films. They go up in there, they light, and then they start doing all this, and they go back out and pillage and steal and rob their own people. It's a game, y'all. It's a high-tech game that is tailored to man's wickedness. Y'all understand that? Religion is tailored to man's wickedness. That's made by wicked men for wicked men, to keep the generations of the world wicked, because they didn't like what God did.
That's right.
They didn't like that God destroyed their ancestors in the flood. Y'all don't know the story, man. Y'all don't know why Nimrod was doing what he was doing. All that stuff about 3 and 1, all that stuff. But Trinity and triads, all that come from Nimrod worship. Tongue sheet.
So shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed.
Uh-huh.
Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart.
Uh-huh.
Commit thy works unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass.
If you trust him, if you trust in God, then you know it's going to go down. Because you know how God operates. You can't doubt God. When you doubt God, nothing's going to happen. So trust me, woman, when I tell you about God. You may not understand. But if you love me and I'm your husband, right? You should trust me. I'm not going to lead you wrong. You should trust me, baby.
It's Mount Zion.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing removed. Because now I need you to trust me because I'm showing you how God wants you to be, right? And now look, after a while, I don't need you to trust me no more because you're confident now. Right? And now you can put your trust in God all the way. You can put your trust in God. Right? I already know. Look. He said, man, look what happened to you, man. You serve God. Why God let that happen to you? That person that say that to you is wicked.
Uh-huh.
What Job said? Job said, yo, you think we gonna get everything good and nothing better? What's wrong with you, woman? No. You gotta understand. Job didn't know what was going on with him. Remember, this stuff happened out of nowhere. And he like, man, listen. He said, look, the one thing I know I ain't doing, I ain't cursing God. I don't know exactly where it is coming from. I haven't sinned. Even though these guys is saying I'm sinning, right? But look, at the end of the day, he did what for them? He had to pray for them.
I said, yo,
Your mans?
go to her.
Your mans?
I said to them.
No. You said, yo, you see your man over there, your man's in them? Your man's job? You need to go back over there.
Facts.
Y'all need to go back over there. And let him make offerings for you. He was their priest. He said, let them make offerings for you because you said a lot of stuff about me trying to turn my servant from me. Look, the idea is get me away from serving God. Then you dishonor your parents. And then you're let loose into the world. You're on your own. That's the idea. Okay? Time sheet.
Like, commit thy works unto the Lord.
Uh-huh.
Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass.
Uh-huh.
He shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgments as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prosper in his ways.
He said, wait for your look. You gonna get yours. You ain't gonna get what he got though. You gonna be all right. Don't look at that guy because he prospering in his way, not in God's way. He's prospering in his way. That's you know why? Because when he leave here, he ain't gonna prosper. He's not gonna do good. There was no good that is waiting for him. Okay? So God said, okay, look, you know what? And that's what makes him so just and all right. You give the wicked their portion, make them happy now. Because when you leave here, you're gonna pay. You gotta pay, man. We gotta pay. You know why we gotta pay?
Like you said, everything you do in life comes with a price.
It comes with a price. It comes with a price. Everything you say, everything you do, everything you think, everything that comes from you comes with a price. So you better make sure it's righteousness that come out of you. Because there's a price for that too. You don't know that, right? It's a price of great, it says great reward.
I shall not be a fool.
Okay? He said, me neither, brother. Me, sometimes I don't call myself a fool, man. Fool, you. The hell was you thinking? You get all emotional. That's what I tell myself. I said, man, I get all emotional, and I didn't see what I was supposed to see. And God showed me. You know what I'm saying? Get on yourself, man. Look, I get on myself, son. You gonna see me get on you too much? I will tell you and let you know. Don't worry, I ain't gonna be on you, man. I can't. It's a lot gotta be done on this side.
You don't have to talk.
Yeah. Some shit. Yo, we ain't got that much time, man. This is borrowed time, homie. And guess what? God cut that time down. We had more time back in the days. Adam had time. Adam ain't thought he was like 607 years old, something like that. Methuselah, 969. Then at a certain time we read, God said, I'm cutting it down to 120. From then to now, he cut it down even more to, like I said, to where babies dying.
There's no limit now.
Oh, anybody can get it.
Anybody can get it now.
You go at any time. There's no limit no more. You can die at 2, you can die at 20, you can die at 30. Don't matter no more. See, these are the answers. You see, in the hood, amongst black people, they say, yeah, and our black kids are dying, our children are dying. They don't know why. This is why. Where I'm at.
Verse 7, middle.
In the middle of verse 7. All right, it said, fret not thyself because of him who prospered in his way.
Because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger.
Okay, these are good things. It says, cease from anger.
Forsake wrath.
Now, if I get upset in my house about violation of the law, that's not what it's talking about.
Right.
Wisdom tells me that's not what it's talking about.
Right.
When it comes to me putting my foot down about a commandment, laws, okay, godliness, righteousness, and I get anger, is because I'm being opposed.
That's right. Not up in y'all.
Don't get it twisted. It's because I'm getting some type of opposition. So I have to get upset in order today now. They didn't have to get that way. But they're talking about our personal anger. Stop getting so quick to get upset about the smallest thing. But that's what we do. Sometimes we get upset and we both on the same level. We both on the same level. We ain't have to get upset. Sometimes I didn't have to get upset. I said, damn, man, you ain't got to get like, you had to talk to the brother like that. You had to talk to him like that. You didn't have to say that. You know what I'm saying? I taught myself. And look, in that way, we can always be aware and ensure that we're not violating.
That's right.
Because this will throw me off. Okay? Anger and forsake wrath. Because wrath will blind you.
Those sorry fools.
It's for this stuff will blind me, man. I don't got upset. I don't got wrathful. And I didn't cease from my anger with certain issues and certain things. It didn't work out well for me. So these people, these men that serve God, they know. They're advising me. So I've been in situations now where usually I would get upset and I would put my hands on somebody. Even out there, right? And it like messed people's head up. It's like, oh man, you should be glad you're in a good mood. I wasn't in a good mood. I did want to do that to you. I did want to take revenge. I did want to play tit for tat. I did. Well, what you did to me, I did want to do it back to you. But I stopped myself. Not because I'm so righteous. It's because I want to be righteous.
Yeah.
That's the road that I got to take. And I got to do extra, and I'm going to have to swallow a lot because I made people swallow a lot. I made people, I don't do that stuff to people, man, that I wouldn't take. So I got to think about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I said, damn, you know what? I did that, man. There's times when I said, damn, man, damn it, I did that. I feel bad about myself, son. And sometimes I cry because of what I did before God. I said, damn. But I'm alive. I'm alive to correct it. That's why I get like this.
You are aware of
I'm aware
Acknowledge.
of my doing, man.
Acknowledge.
Acknowledge that by God, it ain't happening again. So for it to not happen again, I have to be a certain way now. But you might say, I'm always angry. You might say, I'm so over emotional. But like I said, I know what I have to do and how I have to be in order to stay with God.
That's right. Talk about it.
Do you know?
Talk about
Do you know what you have to do? Do you know what you said? I know what I stay away from certain things now. Okay? Do you stay away from certain things? Do you stay away from certain people? Do you stay away from certain situations? That's what I do, man.
Me too, man.
That's what I do, man. Because I realize I'm scum before God if I don't do these commandments.
Yeah.
That's what it's about, man. So yeah, I'm gonna get emotional sometimes, man.
I don't even hang out with my old friends.
Nah, man. It's some people's like, yo, you don't holler no more.
No.
It's nothing to holler about
Different
no more.
path, man.
It's nothing unless you gonna listen to what I gotta say about God, we got nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to listen to you.
Yeah.
Word, man.
You're the topic, man.
Yeah. I don't want this. We go, we got a crowd here. Boom, I'm gonna start talking. But that's what's gonna help keep me. It said talk about us when you sit us in the house. Let's stay in the house first. Before we even go outside. Because a lot is going on in the house here. Except we're studying, reading, and seeking God.
Yeah.
Then you go outside. People are gonna come to you. And you turn that conversation around. Most of the time, what they're gonna do? Leave. He said, man, that's how you get people to leave you alone. Especially on Shabbat. We be outside. You know, people, that's why I don't like to go outside. Sometimes I want to go and sit on the stoop and get some air. My robe on and everything, but people are gonna see me. Hey, what up, man? They want to come over, and I'm gonna have to keep saying, yo, man, I see you tonight, man. I get tired of doing that because it's not for them to remember, it's for me to remember. But one time Mama said, man, come on, I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Israelites in the heathen. You know, Paulie got everything right. So people start coming, you say, yeah, turn the conversation around, start speaking about God. In 5 minutes.
That's too much, brother.
Yo, in 5 minutes, we was by ourselves again. No, because out of respect, it was cheap talking. So everybody ain't gonna dip off like that. They slipped off. They didn't dip off. Because it was cheap, you know. Everybody ain't gonna do that to him like that. So he go, he said, oh, I yo, chief, I gotta go. And then he looked at me. He looked at me. When one person was supposed to say, you gotta go, he looked at me. I said, oh, shoot. He said, this is how you become holy. That's right. That's one of the keys of being holy. You talk about it everywhere you go, everywhere you at. You speak about it everywhere you go, everywhere you at.
During the week.
Everywhere you go, everywhere you at. By yourself, you reading it. It's all, you know what I'm saying? Boom. A man started, we had a conversation. And I find something to where I could bring it to here. I said, look, let me show you something. See what you just said? I can't read that. And from there, I got him. I got him, or I got her, or I got them. So I don't have too much people with me, walking around me no more. Remember the crowd I used to have, right? Because I'm speaking their language. Now I'm speaking God language. No, I got to do that to cover me, man. And that keeps you. It keeps you covered. It keeps you separated. After a while, she ain't interested in you no more. Hey, how you doing? All right. After a while, yeah, man.
You don't look at me no more.
What I just said. After a while, they're not interested in you no more. Because you don't look like them. You don't look like what they like.
The hell?
They're like, oh man, weird. Okay, good. Holiness makes you strange to people. Because look, their stuff is strange to us, right? We still like it. We still like it. Think about it. But our stuff, they looking at it like, oh no, hell no. They said, what? They have more than one? Oh no, not me, child. Not me, child.
Yeah.
The ones that's making a big issue out of it, nobody wants you anyway. You ain't even got a man. What you worried about if another woman don't have a problem with her man having another woman? Because you have women that don't have a problem with that. But then what you got, you ain't even got a man. What's wrong with you? Mind your business. Misery love company. Wickedness love. Wickedness hates righteousness. A wicked woman hates a virtuous woman.
They don't want the man with more than one, but you stare at Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Single mom activities.
Look, man.
I'm staring at my man.
All of that. You see that right there? The woman didn't do that.
Yeah, staring
You know
at
why?
my man.
But the woman didn't. You see this doorway? You see this doorway? Females don't stand up here. It's like we break, right? And a female, she want to stand up. She doing this is not the place to stand.
Yeah.
Because a man is going to have to come past here. You understand me? That's why my father used to tell my sisters, do not sit on steps.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
When you're sitting on the stoop, you're sitting on steps. The men could do that. Men, we could sit anywhere. We could plot. We could, you know what I'm saying? Men, the woman cannot do that. This is why they're so haughty today.
Yeah.
They can wear pants like us. They could do this now. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, baby. So it's a competition. It's a challenge now. We the same now. Then he got men now. One guy is outside watering his plant, watering his stuff. He got a skirt on. You got a skirt and a woman tank top on, and it's see-through. I don't want to see that. When the first thing I come outside my house, you can't do nothing about that. You can't do nothing about that. This is the way of the world now. And this is what the woman like. All of this is against God, man. It's called changing of kind. You changed you're a man. You're kind as man. Now you changed it to woman. This is sickness, man.
Yeah. Talk about it.
People are altering their body parts to worship deities, to be in sexual acts that are abominations to God, which are worships to the sun, moon, and stars, and ultimately the devil himself. Time sheet.
Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. For
Look,
evil
man,
do
don't stress yourself to do evil. Don't stress yourself. Stop hassling yourself and stop inconveniencing yourself to go and do the wrong thing before God. God looking at us like, man, y'all busting your butt to do wickedness. You destroy yourself to destroy yourself. That's what it means. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. Okay? Don't get yourself in this situation that's not good to perform more evil. You just got to get that off, don't you? You just had to say it. Some people you just had to say it, huh? You couldn't just be quiet. Situation be the lid on it. Here you go. You have to say something. That's a spark. Well, man. Verse 9, right?
Yeah.
Read.
For evildoers shall be cut off.
Read that again.
For evildoers shall be cut off.
Read it one more time.
For evildoers shall be cut off.
Evildoers shall be cut off. What does it say in Hebrew? Which one is it?
Same thing.
Yeah, same.
Ki medein. Cut off.
So that means you're gonna get there's a cut. Sometimes you get one cut off in the living, one cut off after death. Listen, sometimes you're gonna get both. You get cut off from here, right? And then when you die, you get cut off. And that's what we're dealing with today. It's not a one type of cutoff what happened. People are getting cut off from here, and then when they die, they get cut off after death. He says, so evildoers shall be cut off, meaning it's going to happen. Okay? Now, whether you believe that or not depends on how you move. Come, sheep. He said, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. You know how you wait upon the Lord? You stay vigilant, endure, and keep living this life. Endure. And keep living this. Keep living this until the day God called for your spirit. And then he said, you shall inherit the earth. Yeah. What that mean? Y'all know what that means? Y'all know what that means.
Oh, yeah, you're going to come back?
You're going to come back.
You're coming back.
And you live forever now.
You're going to live forever.
Look, right now the earth don't belong to you.
Yeah.
We're on borrowed time. So if you wait on God, meaning you do his commandments, you die, he bring you back here, the earth is yours forever. Yeah. I read this last night, I said, wow. It never made sense to me. Yeah. Until I read that last night. I said, whoa. This ain't nothing that you're going to get right now. A lot of stuff that they talking about in here, you get it when you're at it. You gotta leave here first. You have to complete the mission and prove to God that you know. A lot of people not gonna get that validation until they die. You gotta live because we have so much we're cut off so far from God. So when you die, that's when God said, okay, that's when you get judged. And if you come back, you inherit. Inherit means this was passed down to you. That's a great reward. Because look, who would not like to live forever? Huh, bro?
That's right.
You know what that means when you live forever, man? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't know what eternity means. You know what eternity is? No diseases, no plagues, no sicknesses. If God made you to live forever, you don't get sick.
That's right.
You ain't gonna get no infection. Oh, you got an infection. An infection will run up his whole arm. Now you know that any part of your body get infected, it look like a flower coming out of you, man. These things ain't gonna happen to people who inherit the earth. Sickness will be gone. Just swearing, intemperance, all these things will be gone in it. But you got to do it now. Y'all understand how it goes? You got to do it now. Don't you?
But yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be.
He said, look, in a little while. Look, a little while for God is thousands and thousands of years for us.
One day
for us. It's like 1,000 years for God. 1,000 years is like that for God. You know why? I told y'all, man, he lives outside. God does not exist within our time and space. Do you understand that?
Time is for us, right?
Time and space is for us. The earth is in space, which is the firmament. Mm-hmm. Space is time. You got time. God does not exist in that. He is a realm outside of that been existing. God made time for us. There was a time this didn't exist. At the beginning of Genesis, at the very beginning, there was no time. It was God, the waters of the deep, and darkness. That's it. All right? God made man. Do you think he's going to make man to die?
No.
God don't do that. All of God's creation is to live forever.
That's right.
And to go on forever. But man corrupted itself. Okay? Man is the one who corrupted itself. So now, we got to let this play out. That's why he said, yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Meaning, don't fret yourself over them. That's why at the beginning, he said, don't stress yourself over wicked people. Don't worry about the world. God said, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Thus saith the Lord God, my hand shall not spare the sinners. The sinner is a person who violates God's commandments. I don't care for what reason.
That's right.
For what, how, look, I don't care how you feel.
That's right.
It will not get pardoned. You are a sinner.
Yeah.
God will going to destroy you. And there's going to be a day where you're not going to exist no more. Y'all understand that? Wicked people will not exist no more.
Yeah.
That's not good. If you're on the wrong side with God, it said, thou shalt diligently consider his place. It said, for yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place. You know what? Think about that wicked guy.
Yeah, talk about it.
And look, not try, but don't be like that wicked person or that wicked group or this wicked group or these wicked people. All over. So just don't be that way.
Talk about it,
You ain't gotta voice it to yourself. So you know what? That's something. Even though, hey, my brothers, my man, it's this, whatever. Guess what? I'm not gonna do it. Don't be that way because it said, "What?" God said, "Watch that person and everything they do. Consider his place. Consider his place because it said he shall not be soon." So meaning with that, man, this is gonna lead this guy to not be here soon. Time sheet.
But the meek shall inherit the earth.
The meek, you know who the meek is? The meek is, nah, you know what? I'm gonna bear down on myself. I'm gonna do these commandments. Oh, what? God said what? Yo, what? God said what? God said to do what? Meek means I agree. Remember? You asked me. You said, what meek mean in Hebrew? And I told you. Agreeable. An acceptable one. One who's accepted or one who is to be accepted. The meek shall inherit the earth. You know who the meek is? The ones who accept God's commandments. Because everybody else who don't accept God's commandments are full of pride of wickedness. It's called the pride of man. All right? Tom sheet.
But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace.
He said they're gonna get peace and they're gonna delight themselves. Tom sheet.
The wicked plotted against the just.
Y'all listen, y'all, hey, pay attention to this. Pay attention. Guard yourself. The wicked what? The wicked plots against the just. When you are on the line, when you are on the line and getting yourself correct before God, you will have wicked people plotting on you. Okay? I have wicked people plotting on you. People who know God are plotting on you. People who don't know God are plotting on you. Everything. Look. It ain't gonna be. Look, to serve God, you gotta battle. You gotta battle yourself. And then now, when you get yourself right, they not gonna like you. They're gonna try to bring you down, man. They not gonna like you, man. You're not my favorite uncle no more.
Yeah, talk about it.
You're not my favorite cousin no more.
Talk about it.
You're not my favorite this no more.
Talk about it.
You know, that ain't my homie no more.
Talk about it.
Why? Why? Because I'm moving different now.
I'm on a path of the righteous.
Me and you don't agree. We don't have a standard we agree on no more. That's why.
You on a path
So
of
watch
damnation.
it. Wicked plot against the just, and they do what? Gnash it upon him with his teeth. Tom sheet.
Talk like, come on, man. Come on, man.
The wicked plotted against the just and gnashed upon him with his teeth.
Uh-huh.
The Lord shall laugh
The
at
Lord's
him.
gonna laugh at
And he
him.
seeth that his day is coming.
The Lord's gonna laugh at him. God laughs at the wicked. And sometimes you better look at this guy. He said, oh boy, wait till his day is up. I got something for him when his day comes. Time sheet.
The wicked had drawn.
Time sheet.
The wicked had drawn out the sword and had bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright
Listen to
conversation.
what now when you read, right? When you read, right, it tells you what the righteous do. It tells you how the righteous is. It tells you what the righteous ain't gonna go for.
Okay.
Okay? It tells you how the righteous gonna act against wicked. And it's gonna tell you what a wicked person is. There's an identification. Now, we make sure we don't fit anything that says the wicked. The wicked do this. Look, I'm not. If I do it, it's done. It's done. It's stopped. It said the wicked have what?
The wicked had drawn out the sword
Uh-huh.
and had bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation.
They don't like when you have upright conversation. Somebody always gets mad when we have upright conversation. There's always an agent of the devil come and get you or me upset. When we have an upright conversation. Do you know what an upright conversation is? A conversation about God and His laws. Or an example set by one of the saints. That's right. To be followed. That's right. To be taught that this is how you serve God. That's right. I hope you got everything that was brought out of today and then the rest of the day. Remember, today's the Shabbat day. Delight in this day, and let's keep this day going. Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom.